Welcome to Sharing Our Cultures. This is the place where you get to meet amazing individuals from around the world who are making significant contributions to the social, cultural, and economic development of Newfoundland and Labrador. Joining me today is Dr. Jing, and she is a musician, a teacher, and a scholar. And she'll tell you all about herself and her ancient Chinese musical instrument that she plays. Welcome back to Sharing Our Cultures. Joining me now in conversation is Jing, and she just completed her doctoral program in ethnomusicology. Hello, Jing.
Hi, Lloydela.
It's so great to have you here today to be with us.
Thank you so much.
I'd like you to tell us a little bit about your program and your studies. And we've got lots to talk about. Well, let's start with your studies first.
Okay, sure. Yes, I just finished my PhD study in ethnomusicology at Memorial University. And it is a program studying music, of course, but we study music as culture, you know. So we study not only music per se, but we study musicians and the society, the music world in general, like anything in that music world.
Yeah, okay. So you're from China originally.
Yes.
Dr. Xia. I like the sound of that.
I like it as well.
And you chose to come to Newfoundland Labrador. How did that happen?
Yeah, so at that time I applied for several universities, as many students do when they graduate, and I got several offers. But the main reason why I came here was because my current supervisor, Dr. Alan Waterman, and we had these email conversations about my project, my PhD project, and I really into the idea that she shared with me at that time about forming this improvisation community, which is a new area for me, and I just felt so interested. So I feel like, oh, that's the place I want to go. That's the person I want to work with. So here I am.
So here you are, and you went through the program, and I found out that you started the first Chinese instrumental group. Is that it, right? Maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Oh yes, I formed a Chinese ensemble.
Okay.
We call it a light wind ensemble, compared to always strong wind, crazy wind in Newfoundland. And as far as I know, that's the first Chinese ensemble in this province. And we have erhu, it's like a Chinese fiddle, and 2 string instruments. And we have dizi, it's like a bamboo flute. And of course we have zheng, I play. And we have a Chinese drum, which is very big, like a round shape, big drum. So basically for people, that's who initiated that ensemble.
Okay. Wow, so that must have been fantastic, just putting that group together and performing.
Yeah, that's always my dream. It was indeed a dream come true moment for me. And yeah, I got inspired by a lot of my consultants or informants I interviewed for my research. Many of them are professional Chinese musicians living and working in North America. And their work is just fantastic, and there are a lot of actually Chinese ensembles, Chinese orchestra, or Chinese whatever music groups exist in North America. And during my field work, actually, it was in 2019. I worked with a lot of professional Chinese musicians, and that's how I got inspired. And after I came back to Newfoundland, I started to form this Chinese group, because I feel like we need one in this province.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And I like your leadership in that area, you know, being innovative and taking on the initiative. We don't have a Chinese ensemble here. Let's get one. I love that about
Yes, why not?
it.
Yes, and I see there is a growing Chinese community here, although it is currently a small, community, but I see the future and the more Chinese people come into this province and they need native, music, I guess, to just cure for some nostalgic reasons. Yeah, I just feel like that's the right thing I should do for this province.
Right, yes, and they feel a sense of home and they can share their culture through music. That's really a great opportunity. So can I ask where you did your field work for this study?
Yeah, so in 2019, I did my field work in the United States, several cities in Murfreesboro, in Tennessee, and Nashville in Tennessee, and also New York City. For that was just a 4 months period. And then finished that, I came to Vancouver, also stayed there for another 4 months. So basically, I interviewed people, Chinese professional Chinese instrumentalists, and attended their concerts and music activities, interviewed them, and I actually performed with them also. Yeah.
All right, that must have been great to have the opportunity to be on
Yes.
stage with professionals that you're studying.
Yes,
Wow.
indeed. That's why I chose this program, ethnomusicology, because we have to do the field work. We have to apply our academic knowledge into practice. So that's the part I feel like fascinated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So how did your academic background then prepare you for your doctoral studies in ethnomusicology?
So I had a bachelor degree in music performance, which is Jing performance, and I had a master degree in arts management, because at that time I feel like I want to know the market. I want to know how to promote my music and then know my audience better, that kind of thing. So I chose that. And then I realized that I want to bring my instrument to the world. So I started to search, all these majors in foreign countries at that time. And I feel like Canada is such a wonderful place to go because it is multicultural and it's so inclusive, a lot of good credits. so I feel like, that's my destiny. I should go there.
Right, and so you did, and
Yes,
so
I
you're
did.
here.
Thank you so much for accepting me.
Yes, yeah. And also you have a CD.
Yes.
Tell us about that. What will we hear if we get to purchase one of those, which I'm looking forward to?
Oh, thank you. I just released that CD, and it is sponsored by Music and Now, and in that CD, I want to show people like how you can use this instrument to play different music genres. That's why I call it the luminous journey, because this journey is fantastic. It's luminous to me and is so diverse. Each song represents a music genre, so you can hear traditional piece and the contemporary compositions and the concerto, and even one improv I did with Teresa and Jack. So Teresa is a singer, and Jack played this electronic music, and we created one big improv music, including my traditional, Chinese instruments. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so you collaborated with other musicians then for
Yes.
the CD, but have you, as a performer, collaborated with other musicians or music groups?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I guess that's the language of this province. I have learned that, and so there are many musicians from different cultural backgrounds, and since everybody is so open, so inclusive, they open to any ideas, and when every time I meet a new musician, we just grab our instrument and start to play, and new ideas just come out, and we just do something together and perform together. Yeah, I just enjoy the atmosphere here. You know, everybody's just like, oh, get together, why not? Yeah.
That's one thing about this province, is that so many people who are musicians just love to get together, get the instruments out, and spend time. So it's great that you sort of integrated into the province through that, through music.
Yeah. I feel like this province has given me so many choices, and so many opportunities to do this intercultural collaborations. And I feel like my music path just altered, you know, after I came here, which is fantastic, because my music is now so diverse. It's much more, it's not just so-called Chinese, you know, music. Even though I play a Chinese instrument, my music language is just so much more. Yeah.
Yes, and it's much more richer because you're here, and you've met so many new people who are also musicians, and you've collaborated with the instruments.
Yeah, I have learned a lot from all these fantastic musicians in this island.
Right. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to take a short break. When we come back, you're going to tell us about your instrument, and then we're going to have an opportunity for you to perform for us.
Of course.
Okay,
thank you.
You're welcome. Sharing Our Cultures will be right back. Don't go away. Continuing our conversation now, with me is Dr. Jing Xia. I've been enjoying our conversation together, and now we want to find out more about your instrument. So tell us all you know about it.
Wow, that would take months.
I could imagine, yes.
Okay, yeah, so my instrument is called a Zheng, Z-H-E-N-G, or nowadays people more commonly call it a guzheng, because gu in Chinese means ancient, old. It has more than 2,000 years of history. That's why people call it a guzheng now. And it is a zither with 21 strings. The scale is always tuned in pentatonic, which means we don't have fa or si, or I'm getting too professional, too academic from that direction. But it basically means you can never go wrong. If you randomly play that instrument, it just sounds beautiful.
Okay. That's the kind of instrument I'd like to learn. That doesn't, you can do whatever you want with it, and it won't really go wrong. So what sets it apart from, say, other string instruments?
So, well, of course, these strings is nowadays the materials is combination of silk and nylon and metal and a lot of materials. All this package gives this instrument a unique sound. Of course, you'll hear it, and you can tell. Right when I plug the string, you can tell the difference. It just sounds very unique, very Chinese in some way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So since you came to Newfoundland Labrador and you've been studying at the university, what were some of the courses you had to take, and how did you get, what was your journey more or less in getting to the end of your doctoral program now?
Yeah, so we have, at that time when I was still doing my courses, we had to take 7 courses, I believe. It's been a long time, like several years ago. So, but I believe it was 7 course project. And I had to take also folklore course, which is very different from other university. And that's a kind of an interesting feature of our program in Newfoundland, that we have to take ethnomusicology course and also folklore course. I feel like that's very beneficial because I learned a lot of skills from taking that folklore courses, including field work, data connection, and the ways of interviewing people, that kind of thing. So yeah.
So it was a good learning experience for you then.
Yeah.
So you did go out into the field here within Newfoundland Labrador, or is that the field work you did outside of the province?
I did outside the province, but for the core courses, I also did some like I don't know, mini field work in Newfoundland, yeah,
Okay.
just for the course.
Okay.
But for my PhD projects, I did my field work in outside
Yeah.
Newfoundland.
All right. But you felt that the folklore field work kind of helped your doctoral work, field work.
Of course,
Right,
of
okay,
course,
all right.
yes.
So you felt then that the mini field work that you said that you
Yeah.
did for the folklore course was beneficial for your doctoral field work, your actual research field work.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So in what way do you think that was useful?
Well, of course, for my previous degrees, I didn't have like a similar chance to go out to interview people and to do that kind of type of field work. I had to learn how to do everything done and to learn how to connect data and organize everything. That's very important because sometimes you're just overwhelmed by so many things.
Yes,
And yeah, all these skills, methodologies, and then even theories. Yeah, I learned from all those folklore courses. They are so helpful.
Okay, so that's good. So it's a good thing then that the university here incorporates the folklore with
Yes.
it. Okay.
Yes.
So you're also a teacher. Tell us,
Yeah,
how's that happen?
I have been teaching the Jing for more than a decade.
Okay.
Yeah, so I now have students in Newfoundland, and there is a growing, I guess, group of people interested in Chinese music, and I hope I can get more students in the future. Yeah, in fact, now I enjoy my teaching experience in Newfoundland. Of course, it's very different from teaching in China because there is a different cultural habits and atmosphere in general. But here, I feel like I have intimate relationships with my students, and yeah, I love people here. They're so curious about everything, and yeah.
All right. So maybe you can tell us when you started playing the Jen and where and why you wanted to play that instrument.
Yeah, of course. People always ask me why I chose this instrument. There's always a reason behind that, of course. So in my case, it would be my aunt. My aunt is still a Jing artist in my hometown. She's a fantastic player, and when I was a kid, I just watched her performances, and I just love her playing, and I feel like it's just so beautiful, elegant on stage, and I just wanted to learn that instrument from her. Yeah, she was the first person that got me into this journey, and I just love this instrument. I just keep doing it.
Right. And so did you have opportunities then to play with your aunt as a performer?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. Actually, so many people actually in my family, they work in music fields. So I had a lot of opportunities while growing up in China and to perform in different situations, different concerts, and even outdoor activities. Yeah, I had a lot of chances. Yeah.
Okay, so that of course improved your.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You learned more, you had more experience, and you're better at it, and now you're professional at it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I guess sometimes you need that stimulations, to keep you going and push you be learning more to just enhance your musicianship, just to be better. Yeah.
So as you complete your ethnomusicology degree now, what do you want for yourself in the future? What are you looking at in terms of, I want to do this, be this, go here? What do you have in mind?
Yeah, now I'm in this transition period, and I need to find something to do. I might apply for a postdoc position, but I can also apply for jobs. I'm very interested in doing these community based surveys. So I'll see what I can do. But for now, I have performances going on. I am teaching, and yeah, I guess there are many things I can do, but I'll see how it goes.
Okay. Okay. Are you sort of applying for any work now, or you're just sort of fine with the teaching that you're doing and some of the performances that you are?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
This month I just want to relax. But yeah, I've been thinking about that, of course. Yeah, I know there is a postdoc position which is about improvisation, so I might consider that. But in the meantime, during this summer, I also gonna work for the Smithsonian.
Congratulations!
It's more like a internship kind of a position.
Yes.
Yeah, for several months.
Okay.
It just took. I love to work with them and gain that experience. And
Yes.
yeah, I'll see how it goes.
Okay, well, that is fantastic to be able to get that opportunity.
Yes,
Wow.
indeed,
It
indeed.
would raise your musicianship a high notch.
Hope so. Yeah.
You're able to get that experience.
Yeah, I'm really grateful
Yeah.
for that opportunity.
Great,
For sure.
great. Well, I'm so happy that you've had the opportunity to be, in Canada, in Newfoundland, Labrador, and to be here with us as well. And I really want to wish you well. We'll be looking for you for performances for sure. And if there are any students who'd like to learn, are you taking any more students?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. Of course, yes.
More the better.
More the better. Yes, we'd like to fill your schedule with more students, and we definitely want to wish you all the best. And congratulations again in completing your doctoral program and being able to make so many connections here in the province.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I really enjoy my life here, and yeah, thanks for inviting me on this fantastic program.
Okay, you're very welcome. And Sharing Our Cultures will be back with a performance by Dr. Jing. And thanks to Dr. Sia for that beautiful performance. Thanks to you for watching. Join us again next time for more remarkable stories from people from around the world who are making a difference in Newfoundland and Labrador.
rowing that takes us up to the head of the river. We're now going to sing a song called Santiano, which is another sea shanty, popularized by Hugues Aufray, the French singer, and it's about sailing. And you'll hear the words Iseo in the refrain. Like many sea shanties, this one was used to help people know when to pull. So you've all got to heave at the same time. So that's why people sing heave ho in sea shanties. And when you hear Iseo in the refrain, that's what this is. It's telling you when to pull the rope.
Je suis fier d'y être matelot. Tiens bon la vague et tiens bon le vent. Iseo, Santiano. Si Dieu veut toujours droit devant, nous irons jusqu'à San Francisco. Je parle de l'envoi en laissant la roue. Iseo, Santiano. Y penser, j'avais le cœur gros en doublant les feux de San-Malo. Tiens bon la vague et tiens bon le vent. Iseo, Santiano. Si Dieu veut toujours droit devant, nous irons jusqu'à San Francisco. Oh, croyez-on que là-bas, l'argent coule à flot. Iseo, Santiano. On trouve l'or au fond des ruisseaux. J'en emmènerai plusieurs ringlots. Tiens bon la vague et tiens bon le vent. Iseo, Santiano. Si Dieu veut toujours droit devant, nous irons jusqu'à San Francisco. Un jour je reviendrai chargé de cadeaux. Iseo.